Welcome back to Dateline on ID. Larry McNabney, a successful lawyer from Las Vegas, Nevada, had inexplicably vanished. Larry was known to be a heavy drinker and had gone on benders before. But this time was different, and Larry's office assistant contacted the sheriff's office. Here again is Keith Morrison.
By the dawn of 2002, while the rest of us were getting used to a post-9/11 new normal, it seemed pretty clear that something very abnormal must have happened to that successful personal injury attorney, Larry McNabney. Nobody had seen him in 5 months. He'd never been on a bender for this long. And now his wife, Elisa, was missing too. By this time, Ginger had dropped off her note at the sheriff's office, and detectives were poking around in the abandoned remains of Larry's law practice, talking to employees like Sarah Dutra, the attractive 21-year-old art student from Sacramento State who worked at the McNabney law firm as an office secretary. She brought her little dog, Ralph, with her to the sheriff's office. Sarah told the detectives that she and Elisa had become close friends, and so she, Sarah, certainly noticed how erratic Elisa became after Larry went missing.
Things were starting to not seem right. Like, Elisa wouldn't come to work all the time there,
Sarah confirmed what Ginger Miller said, that Elisa kept changing her explanations for Larry's whereabouts. And Sarah said she saw Elisa signing Larry's name on checks and day-to-day business transactions.
I figured she's keeping his business going for him, so he can go play or do whatever he's doing.
In early January 2002, said Sarah, Elisa planned a trip to Arizona to attend a horse show, and in the absence of Larry, invited Sarah to go along.
I was going to fly down the next day, and she told me the ticket paid for and all that.
But when Sarah got to the airport, the ticket was not paid for.
And then you called her cell phone number. And what did you get?
Nothing. It was, this number is no longer in use.
And that was that, said Sarah. She hadn't heard from Elisa since.
I actually called Ginger and I said, Ginger, I'm going to look for a new job. I don't know about you, but Elisa's gone.
San Joaquin County Prosecutor Thomas Testa had handled a number of missing persons cases. So when he heard about the case of Larry and Elisa McNabney, he gravitated toward it.
He was an attorney with a caseload who just disappeared. This isn't someone who's a homeless person who just vanishes and you think maybe they took a Greyhound and went to Nevada.
Testa began by taking a good hard look at Elisa.
She was a person out of a 40s film noir movie, in that she was a stunner physically. Everyone said that, but more importantly, she had a control over men that just amazed me. She was able to say jump, and the men would say how high.
It certainly seemed true for Larry, so said his old friend Fred Atchison.
She was controlling him to the extent that she was keeping him away from his family and his former friends.
Did that include the relationship he had with you?
No question about
You
it.
found yourself shut out?
Yeah.
So did Larry's daughter, Tavia.
Elisa completely cut me out of the picture, and I was devastated.
But why? Why was Elisa keeping Larry away from his family and friends? What did she have to hide?
He called me up once on the phone and said, Fred, I don't know who she is. And, I thought he meant, well, we don't really ever know who our spouses are deep down. And he said, no, I don't even know if this is who she is, if her name is what she says it is or anything.
By then, said Fred, Larry had discovered ample reason to stop trusting Elisa.
He couldn't keep his wallet in his pants.
He told you that?
Yeah. She would steal money out of his wallet. He had to hide his wallet in his own house.
Turned out she was also stealing from the law firm.
She'd ripped him off.
For how much? Any idea?
Over $100,000.
Larry told Fred all about his troubles with Elisa. And yet, he kept her around. Not like he hadn't divorced women before, but not this one. Tavia didn't get it.
I mean, he always said she has this hold over me, and I never understood what that meant.
And Larry's comments to Fred about not knowing his wife, well, his suspicions turned out to be true. A little research told detectives that the real woman behind the name Elisa McNabney had a considerable criminal rap sheet, including stolen property, credit card fraud, grand theft.
She really had a way of ingratiating herself with men and using her female charms, and she was very, very good at it. She was a true con artist.
So was Elisa just conning Larry? Surely, thought Fred, she wouldn't have done away with him, would she?
It wouldn't make any sense even for a dedicated polecat to do anything like that, because he was the goose that laid the golden egg. It wouldn't make any sense whatsoever.
It was a farm worker who noticed a flock of vultures or buzzards drifting above one of these grape fields. Saw something sticking out of the ground.
And soon, a missing persons case turned into something much, much worse and considerably more bizarre.